sophomore at Xavier dunked on LeBron James during a pickup game at the LeBron James Skills Academy. LeBron had a Nike official confiscate the video.
Xavier's Jordan Crawford dunked on LeBron James. Now, this happened at the LeBron James Skills Academy. It happened this week in Akron. You won't find video on YouTube. You won't see it here on this program because reportedly all of the cameras and the tapes that were rolling on the incident were confiscated by a Nike representative. According to one of the photographers, LeBron called over a Nike rep. He said, Lenny, they had a conversation, and Lenny then went around and took all the tapes, and they were all given up. So you won't see it. I want you to tell me, Skip Bayless, by the way, Merry Christmas in July for this topic. Open your present. What do you have to say about this?
Jay, what more do I have to say? Because Prince James just keeps making my case for me. Am I right? How can you defend this? Can you defend this at all?
Your case on LeBron has never been that he's a bad guy. Your case on LeBron has always been that he hasn't won anything.
He's turning into a lot of the things I suspected he was from the start.
I'll give you that.
And I do feel sorry for you people in Cleveland being stuck with him, because this is the height or maybe the depth of image and damage control, because now LeBron is literally turning into a Nike puppet, because now he and Nike want to bury this video just because some college kid dunked on him at his camp, and they don't want it out there because it could ruin his image. So now we step away, Jay, and ever since the buzzer sounded in the final game against Orlando, LeBrick has shot nothing but air balls. Am I right?
Because, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because he refuses to shake hands, he stiffs the media, he wears an LBJ MVP shirt that Kobe and Michael never would have worn before they won one championship.
I have no defense of this.
You can't.
You can't defend it. I almost think LeBron should wear a shirt that says, "Hi, my name is Carlos," because he's been acting like a baby for a few months now. I mean, let's be truthful. You know, I think we're seeing these little bouts of maturity, and this is sort of the other side. And when a guy has been as high profile as he has been for a very, very long time. I mean, to be honest, he's used to being the guy. He's used to being the center of attention. And, you know, I'm wondering, did he call David Stern after Courtney Lee dunked on him and asked for that video? Did he say, ESPN, don't show Courtney Lee dunking on me?
Okay, I'm here with Manny. Manny, you played high school ball, right?
Yes, I did.
You watch a lot of pro basketball?
Quite a bit, yes.
Quite a bit? Mm-hmm. What do you think about this thought, and I have it, that the NBA is rigged, that they fix the games to accommodate big markets and the Miami Heat and so forth and so on? What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I don't think it's anything new that the NBA is, you know, always looking out for their best interest, what will promote their marketability. And they use certain players, and I believe they absolutely use some referees who are in on the inside of that, and without a doubt.
Hector, do you think the NBA is rigged?
Yes, I do. There's some games questionable games that the refs give the fouls to call fouls that aren't even fouls.
This was a pretend championship for Dwayne Wade in Miami.
And what will follow several months later at the World Championships in Japan will blow your mind.
Very good job by Elton Brand on Papadopoulos inside.
The three ball by LeBron James and the U.S., which struggled for three against his first.
It's like hitting a knuckleball. LeBron has done that throughout the tournament. And what happens is teams scout each other. Our players may not know the Greek players coming into the tournament, but they certainly know the NBA players.
And was a member of a European Championship Greece team as a player and as a coach. 2 fouls on LeBron James now.
Well, cardinal rule, Spanoulis is coming, and this is where scouting reports are important. Spanoulis comes in, Jim, shooting only 26%. The last thing you want to do is foul him from behind the arc.
And
that was a mental error by LeBron James. Don't foul a bad shooter. Nice look.
Howard at the rim. And Greece coming back with a chance to cut it to 1 or tie with a long one. It's a 1-point game.
How about
in the late stages of the half?
See, you can't play isolation basketball with FIBA rules because you're going to play 1-on-5.
For 2 minutes for the half, and Greece down to 10 on the shot clock.
Well,
short see of that is right there again.
Chris Paul, again, it gets back to the rules of the NBA. Chris Paul needs to play help side defense on the roll to the basket.
The U.S. called for a turnover, and Greece has a chance at the lead with 1:50.
Glad they put him on the roster.
And his layup has given them the lead.
21 years old.
But missed free throws in the first half. He's now Diamantidis rocks back and fires. Good. 2 free throws for LeBron James. He just missed 2 a moment ago. He is 0 for 3. Another look at a 3 and another hit.
Out of the toughest bracket, the most balanced bracket in Group C. Again, pick and roll.
And it leads to a layup.
Smart 2-on-2 basketball. Again.
They get the layup off that high pick and roll difference, and a huge third quarter for Greece. 14 of 18.
These players from Greece, American fans don't know them, They're some of the best players in Europe. We really didn't have a lot of defensive options. We were very vanilla. And we were picked apart by high IQ players on Greece's team.
In July 2010, LeBron made the decision to leave Cleveland and go to Miami.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
Like I said before, I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win and to win for multiple years. And not only just to win in the regular season or just to win 5 games in a row or 3 games in a row. I want to be able to win championships, and I feel like I can compete down there. I'm looking forward to it. To say it was always in my plans, I can't say it was always in my plans because I never thought it was possible. But the things that the Miami Heat franchise have done to be able to free up cap space and to be able to put themselves in a position this summer to have all 3 of us, you know, it was hard to turn down. I mean, you know, those are 2 great players, 2 of the greatest players that we have in this game today. And, you know, you add me, we're going to be a really good team.
How do you explain this to the people in Cleveland?
I mean, it's heartfelt for me. You know, it's hard to explain, but at the same time, my heart in the 7 years that I've gave to that franchise, to that city, was everything. I mean, those 20,000 plus fans that came out every night we played, and they seen me grow from an 18-year-old kid to a 25-year-old man, and I never wanted to leave Cleveland, and my heart will always be around that area. But I also feel like this is the greatest challenge for me.
With LeBron's decision, there was a lot of unhappy people in Cleveland.
This one fan in particular, his rant will make you laugh.
Yo, it's Ray Vaughn. I'm from Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm a Cleveland Cavs fan. I'm a Cleveland Indians fan. But you know what? LeBron James, fuck you. Fuck you and fuck Miami. Fuck everything that got to do with you. I'm pissed. You come here, you know what I'm saying, 7 years? We gave you 7 years. Everybody talk about you old Cleveland. You do old Cleveland, motherfucker. We made you. We made you who the fuck you is. You ain't King. You wouldn't have been King James without Cleveland. We built our city around you. And you turn your fucking back on us like that? Where is the love? You know what I'm saying? Where is the love that you supposedly have for Cleveland? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see how you can be here for 7 years, you know what I mean, and get our hopes up and then just bounce on us like that and turn your fucking back. That's how I feel, man. This shit hurt me deep inside because I know that I love Cleveland. I know I love Cleveland, but you say it's the best thing for you, best thing for your family. We've been the best team in the league for the last 2 years. Everybody that we got beat by in the playoffs, we beat in the season. So it ain't no reason for you to be going nowhere else but back home. You from here. This is where you was born and fucking raised. So you know what I want to say? Fuck you, and I hope YouTube let me put that on the motherfucking video. Fuck you. I hope you have a shitty-ass career for the rest of your motherfucking life. You ain't gonna do shit. You turn your back on us like that, and I guarantee the minute you start fucking up in Miami, they gonna turn their back on you. Unlike us. Unlike the real Cleveland fans, we never turned our back on you. We always stuck here when we got beat by the Spurs. We always stay here, behind you. You know what I'm saying? We had Joe back. You wouldn't have been shit without Cleveland, man. So this, like I said, this is what I want to say, man. Fuck LeBron. You never was a real true-to-life Cleveland fan. You know what I'm saying? True-to-life Cleveland player. You in motherfucking Cleveland games with a New York Yankees hat on and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We got the players. We got people like, you know what I'm saying? We got motherfucking Josh Cribbs. That right there, he is a true Cleveland fan. He a true Cleveland person, true Ohio. You know what I'm saying? You ain't like a Jim Brown. Jim Brown will never turn his back on Cleveland. Jim Brown still, to this day, is at a Browns game. But you ain't gonna have no love, no luck, no nothing like you had in Cleveland. I guarantee that. That's what I gotta say to you. And anybody else got a problem with what I'm saying? Anybody else? LeBron James fans that feel like that, then make a motherfucking comment on my shit and make a video and come back. My name Ray Vaughn. Come see me. Cleveland, right here, tatted on me. I love Cleveland, man. Fuck LeBron.
His decision was viewed by more than 12 million people and really hurt LeBron's image. At the very least, LeBron was saying to the world, I can't get it done. I can't get it done in Cleveland. I have to join my buddy Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The pep rally that followed would even have Pat Riley shaking his head in disgust.
You know, we know South Florida's Hispanic community loves the Three Kings Parade. It just started! Yeah, I want to go back to Dwayne and LeBron for a moment. Guys, you've had some of the greatest matchups individually in NBA history. It's been show-stopping every time you two step on the floor. Tell these fans your thoughts about wearing your Superman capes for the same team. What's it going to be like, Dwayne?
You know, I look forward since day one to every matchup, you know, against LeBron. And now I guess I'm going to have to look forward to every practice against LeBron. Because, you know, it's going to be amazing to be on the court and to know that connection that we have, not only when we playing against each other, but when we have played together, is going to be there. It's just a look, and you know it's time to turn it on. So I feel sorry for whoever got to guard both of us.
Hey, there is not enough kryptonite out there. There's not. LeBron, what is this going to be like?
I mean, just like D-Wade just said, we're going to challenge each other in practice. And the way we're going to challenge each other to get better in practice, once the game starts, I mean, it's going to be easy. I mean, with me and D-Wade running the wing, I mean, Pat could come back and play like he was back in his Kentucky days. Just throw it up there and we'll go get it.
Now, we know you guys are going to enjoy the sun and the fun and all the spoils of South Florida, but we also know you Three Kings came down here to win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven. Hey, and when I say that, I really believe it. You know, I'm not just up here blowing smoke at none of these fans, because that's not what I'm about. I'm about business, and we believe we can win multiple championships if we take care of business and do it the right way.
Here to win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven. Hey, and when I say that, and when I
That's just pure.
Robinson. Back of the rim won't go. Butler has it tipped away by Wade. Here's James, drives past Bellinelli. Blocked from behind by Robinson. And then a foul called on Dwayne Wade. What a play from Nate Robinson and this crowd on its feet.
Nate Robinson back. Bellinelli contests. Robinson gets it cleanly. And I remember when he blocked Yao Ming's turnaround jump shot in the Garden. So I've seen this before.
All 5'9" of them. That's when he was with the Knicks against the Rockets. with this one against the four-time MVP.
The Tim Donaghy story really shook up the NBA.
In August of 2007, Donaghy was convicted of betting across state lines. He also blew the whistle on the NBA.
Tim Donaghy was at the top of his game. A referee in the National Basketball Association, he loved the limelight, was considered one of the NBA's better refs, and was making almost $300,000 a year. But he was also living a secret life. During the last 4 years of his 13-year career, he committed a personal foul. He betrayed the fans and the league by betting on NBA games, including some he was officiating. Donaghy won about 75% of his bets, an incredible percentage confirmed by the FBI. Tonight, Tim Donaghy speaks out publicly for the first time, telling us why he bet on NBA games, how he won so often, and how his world collapsed. And what a world it was. Passing betting tips across state lines, Donaghy spent 11 months of his sentence in prison and was released last month. He could well have been sentenced to more than 5 years if he hadn't cooperated. His two mob cohorts, Thomas the Doctor Martino and James the Sheep Batista, denied ever threatening Donaghy and got sentences of 15 months and 1 year. Donaghy not only confessed his own sins to the FBI, he also blew the whistle on the NBA. He claimed that in the playoffs, the NBA does everything possible to extend series and to help big market teams advance. Longer playoffs with those chosen teams mean more money for the NBA. The NBA denies it and says Donaghy was making wild allegations hoping to reduce his sentence. Commissioner David Stern declined to speak with us. He didn't want the league to participate in a report about Donaghy. If he had lied to you, he would have faced a much longer sentence, no?
Yeah, so long as he was completely honest and omitted nothing, the FBI would stand by him. If we ever found out that there was a lie, that cooperation agreement would be ripped up.
And that never happened?
That never happened.
Right, you think LeBron James gets special treatment?
He has to. He has to promote the game, to make him that king player that he supposedly is. He has to get it.
I want you to know I love this game of NBA basketball. I know you love this game, and you want it to be as credible as possible.
Absolutely.
So today I look at a silver lining for me. There's a part of me that is glad that NBA officiating has once again been dragged back into the spotlight, because this league has long had a perception problem among fans and among the media that covers it that playoff games aren't officiated fairly, that this needs to be addressed yet again. Would you agree with the big picture perception of that?
There's no question about it, and I'll also say this, Skip. You and I were at the Western Conference Finals in 2002.
I want to get to
the very game that Tim Donaghy was alluding to with the Sacramento Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers. And all of us thought that there was just something drastically wrong, because the Los Angeles Lakers had 27 free throws in the fourth quarter. It's still embedded in all of our memories, but it's one thing for us to sit there and say that officials have their prejudices and their biases, because they're human beings, and we know innately that to be the case. It's another thing entirely to allege that the league office conspired for these kind of actions to transpire. That's a far more damning allegation.
I hear you, Stephen A., but remember, Donaghy chose two very easy targets here, two glaring examples of questionable officiating and alleged league-influenced officiating in the Yao Ming, Jeff Van Gundy controversy. And you're right, we both covered that infamous Game 6 Sacramento-LA in 2002. And after the game, a lot of objective media members, those who weren't from LA or Sacramento, thought that it was just absolutely highly suspicious, especially in the fourth quarter, what went down in that game.
I'm here with Jeff Marston. Jeff, you're a sophomore at the University of South Carolina?
Yes, I am.
Jeff, you watch a lot of pro basketball?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
What do you think of LeBron James?
Not a huge fan. I think that, you know, what he did leaving Cleveland, going to Miami was, I mean, even though that is kind of what people do these days, a pretty coward move, team up. I don't think that, I mean, he's that great of a ball player. He's a big specimen and can get to the bucket, obviously, just using his size. But from there, he kind of just throws stuff up. He turns the ball over a lot. Everyone knows he's a below-average shooter, and I think that the NBA has helped him out in a ridiculous fashion.
He gets a lot of preferential treatment?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you can just watch from previous finals, look at the numbers. I don't have them off the top of my head, but it's ridiculous in comparison to other players.
Man said he batted it, that's all. We're not going to discuss it, no more.
He was the NBA's #1 rated referee for more than a decade. But when Jake O'Donnell watches officials nowadays, he sometimes has to turn off his television.
What do you think the public's perception is of the integrity of the NBA officials?
0.
Mike Mathis, who led the referees union for a decade, officiated NBA games for 26 years before retiring 7 years ago. Carl says paranoia is the one condition that afflicts every NBA head coach. He says his paranoia is fed by information he's received that some coaches might be placing phone calls to referees.
Does that worry you that the coach you're coaching against might have the referee's cell phone number?
It would piss me off, man. It would. I would feel he has an advantage if he's that close to that referee.
You got one side, you got the other. The referee's the mediator in the middle. No coach should have any referee's number.
What does it tell you that coaches may now have referees' phone numbers?
The integrity of the game has been shot.
Hugh Hollins officiated NBA games for 27 years before he retired in 2003. He says the line that once separated referees from the men whose teams they officiate has become blurry and at times non-existent.
You have a lot of referees who have golfing tournaments. They invite coaches, they invite players, they invite general managers, and we even had one referee who used to bring cookies to a coach at the games.
Cookies?
Cookies. No one told me that. I saw this happen. And it wasn't only known by me, it was known by the whole staff.
Are you sure he didn't bring cookies